Thank you for logging on to this broadcast on wellscountyvoice.com. Since the onset of COVID-19, we have all had to experience social distancing. And this is true with high school sporting events. Our school administrators are doing their best to keep our kids, teachers, administration, and their families healthy. We are honored to be a part of the solution to contain and overcome this, as well as promote our student athletes. We wouldn't be able to bring this broadcast to you if it wasn't for our sponsors you hear throughout the broadcast. Please shop their businesses, use their services, and tell them thank you.
It's one day after the election, and we still don't know who the president is. Questions everywhere, chaos everywhere, but one thing's for certain. We've got hoops tonight at the Castle, and alongside Colin Schwartz, it is my pleasure as Derek Decker to be bringing you the basketball action live here from the Castle on what is a gorgeous day outside and the beginning of new ambitions for both of these programs. Norwell coming off a regional title game loss to Benton Central last season to finish a 22-5 campaign. And, of course, Oak Hill coming in at 16-8, fresh off their fourth straight CIC title. We're so glad that we can be bringing you these broadcasts this year as we've got just over 300 people in the building tonight. 4 tickets per rostered athlete here at Norwell allowed for the Lady Knights, and then for visiting fans, just 2. So not a whole lot of fans are allowed yet, just yet, but we hope that expands here in the near future as the pandemic continues to play a role in all of our lives here as the fall bleeds into the winter. Colin, we have a basketball game tonight, and it's going to be a really good one. We know Norwell brings back basically all of its talent. The only loss is Barger. Other than that, they return their 3 dynamic seniors in Maya Shelton, Kaylee Filling, and Lauren Bales.
Yeah, Lauren Bales will not be playing tonight. We'll see what kind of a factor that is for Norwell, but Norwell has a lot of talent on this roster. I'm excited to see what they can do. I think we might see a lot of different players out there tonight for the Lady Knights, and I'm excited to see what kind of team that we're going to bring to the floor this year.
Norwell took on Bluffton in a scrimmage on Saturday afternoon, a game Norwell won very comfortably without the use of Maya Shelton and Lauren Bales. But we do know there was breaking news just moments ago that Maya Shelton is available tonight. We didn't think that she'd be available, obviously suffering a broken arm several weeks ago, and we didn't know if she was going to be available. She got cleared by officials to play, which means she's good to go for the next few games as well. So this should not play much of an issue. Obviously still not at 100% as she continues through the recovery phase, but Norwell has her available tonight, and I think that's very important. These two teams played each other last year down in Converse, Norwell winning 63-46, a game they led comfortably 38-18 at halftime, led by as many as 25 points in the second half, led by Kaylee Filling with 15 points. And really the storyline in that game, Norwell forced 33 Lady Eagle turnovers, and that's despite Oak Hill getting 30 points from their star senior Taylor Westgate, who's now playing down at Taylor University. Of course, Norwell is in a season and right now where they do not lose at home very often. 24 of their last 25 at home. And Colin, this team has been nearly unbeatable here in the friendly confines of the Castle.
Well, it's been over 1,000 days since their last regular season loss here at the Castle. With there being only a limited number of fans tonight, we'll see if that changes anything up. May not be as loud, may not be as many students. It's a Wednesday night. They're going to have to bring their own energy a little bit more. Even separated down there on the bench, Derek, they're going to have to find a way to bring their own energy and make this place home again.
Yeah, that's right. Norwell shoots it pretty well in here, but the shooting from a distance was a bit of a concern for this Norwell team. Really one of the chinks in the armor of a team that finished 22-5. Shot at just 29% from beyond the arc last year, and for this team that has state title hopes and comes into the preseason ranked number 5 in Class 3A, that's something that has to improve for the chance to make a deep tournament run.
Yeah, like you said, they only shot 29%. I know that is something that they'd like to improve on, but at the same time, their opponent only shot 26% from behind the arc. So let's see if they can keep that defense stout tonight. Last year, they forced, 16 turnovers a game?
Forced 23
a game, and they had 16 turnovers. So I'm sure they'd like to get that 16 number down a little closer to 10. In high school, that may be a little harder to do, but if they can keep that opposing team up around the 20-23 mark, I think they'll be in good shape.
Let's talk about Oak Hill briefly. A brand new leadership here at Oak Hill. Clay Bolser is coaching in his first game on the girls' side as a varsity head coach, but he graduated from Richmond back in '94, played at St. Francis, won a state championship in 1992. The infamous Todd Law stepped down after 16 seasons and over 300 wins at Oak Hill, and now they're under new leadership. And also some breaking news from Oak Hill territory. No Holly Gillespie, no Kate Hornacher tonight for Oak Hill. They were involved in some situations where they have not been able to make the trip with the team tonight. So we learned that shortly before the JV game started. Of course, Norwell took that JV game 50-12 with Mackenzie Feast leading the way with 18 points. You are listening to the Ossian State Bank. The Ossian State Bank will sponsor our halftime show. The pregame show tonight is sponsored by Billy Ann's Supper Pub. Billy Ann's Supper Pub in downtown Bluffton is your local source for Tex-Mex American food. Some of the best burgers in the area. Billy Ann's Supper Pub in downtown Bluffton. Norwell going through the school song right now. We got to take a break and return with the starting lineups and the balance of the Billy Ann's Supper Pub pregame show right here. Thanks for joining us this evening on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network.
Kathy Peterson of the Steffen Group is part of a select group of real estate and auction professionals that are changing the game of how real estate and auction transactions are handled. With a strong background in customer service, Kathy believes helping people is the most precious gift she can give and is committed to being a partner with her clients through the entire transaction. Contact Kathy Peterson at the Steffen Group at 824-6353 or drop her a message at Kathy, CATHIE.Peterson@SteffenGRP.com.
If you're tired of being stuck at home, juggling work and school schedules, all while trying to take care of yourself, listen to this. The YMCA understands that 2020 has been difficult, but they're open, they're cleaning, and they're ready for you. They want to help improve your physical and mental health. They're offering a $75 savings if you join the Y in October. Mention this commercial and save. Surround yourself with a community built of family, friends, and staff who can help you enhance your spirit and mind as well as your body. You'll have unlimited access to all YMCAs in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties, free health and wellness screenings, and hundreds of free group exercise classes. Plus, Y members receive priority registration and reduced rates on programs like after-school care, dance, and karate. The Y is so much more than a gym. They're your community. So join in October and save $75. Financial assistance is available to those who qualify. To find the Y nearest you and branch hours, visit fwymca.org.
And welcome back to the Castle. We're in our closing moments before the national anthem, and the starting lineups here are presented at Norwell. Norwell seeking again to build on that 22-5 1920 season. Before we get to our game, do want to recognize Mayor John Wicker, Bluffton Mayor, and wish him a happy birthday tomorrow. It's a little bit of an early birthday wish, but I was informed by council member Roger Thornton that it is Mayor John's birthday tomorrow, so certainly best wishes to him. We're so happy that you could join us. We know this is just a weird year. There's so many things that have been funky. You know, Colin, you kind of touched on real quick about Norwell and the Castle and whether that home advantage will continue this year, but the simple fact is, with all the stuff that's been going on, we're just very pleased that we can see basketball here tonight.
That's one thing I was going to say. I'm just happy that we got sports back, something to watch, something to fill our minds other than politics and the pandemic.
Right, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Obviously, a lot of divisive stuff going on at the moment, but here you can forget about it for an hour and a half and just watch some hoops. And, you know, there is no state that values basketball more than this one, and so we're so excited to be bringing you action all season long to be your home for both Norwell Lady Knights and Norwell Knights basketball, as, of course, the boys did not lose at home either last year, so Norwell has been stout at home. It's really, really hard to beat them here. There's a lot of different stats that are working against Oak Hill. Obviously, the breaking news before the game was pretty important as well. So we'll go ahead and take another quick break, and we'll rejoin us for the starting lineups here in just one moment.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. IPT has been a trusted part of your community for over 32 years. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Ossian State Bank takes great pride in supporting our local football programs. We are the only community bank headquartered in Wells County. We've had the same name and downtown location for over 108 years. Ossian State Bank has given in excess of $1 million of contributions back to the community. We are locally owned and operated by many of your friends and neighbors. Stop in soon to see what makes Ossian State Bank special. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
And welcome back to the Castle. Let's join public address announcer Jamie Feldizer for tonight's starting lineups.
Starting at guard, a 5'5" senior, number 11, Audrey Lee. Starting at another guard, a 5'5" junior, number 23, Nikki Alston. Starting at another guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 25, Melissa Bluebon. Starting at the other guard, a 5'6" senior, number 35, Carly Biddle. And starting at a forward, a 5'5" junior, number 31, Jeremy Thurman. The head coach for the Oakville Lady Eagles in his first season of the program is Steve Bolster. And now, Norwell fans, here's the starting lineup for your Norwell Lady Knights. Starting in the guard, a 5'7" freshman, number 10, Kennedy Filling. Starting in another guard, a 5'5" junior, number 12, Mackenzie Tolliver. Starting in another guard, a 5'7" junior, number 14, Emily Todd. Starting at the other guard, a 5'6" senior, number 24, Haley Fuller. And starting at forward, a 6'1" sophomore, number 34, Skylar Thomason. The head coach for your Lady Knights in his 24th season is Eric Thornton.
All right, so once again, those starters for both teams. For Oak Hill, it's Leak, Biddle, Alston, Kluvine, Thurman. For head coach Clay Bolser, who is taking part in his first game as a girls varsity head coach. For Norwell, it's Kennedy Filling, Mackenzie Tolliver, Emily Todd, Kaylee Filling, and Skyla Tomaszek. We do expect to see Maya Shelton here, though, shortly. The three officials, Kyle Hunt, Brian Gagline, Lucas Everett, as we get our season rolling here at the Castle. So glad you could be with us here on this Wednesday evening for Norwell High School basketball, and the tip is won by Norwell, and off we go in the 2020 season. Kaylee Filling handles it out top for Norwell. She had 15 points against Oak Hill last year. We'll be seeing a lot of her freshman sister, who will potentially run the point at times, especially with Lauren Bales out, obviously committing to run cross country at Purdue, and Bales is still without the needed number of practices. And how about that start for the freshman? Kennedy Filling knocks down her first three of her career. So already a good start. We expect to see many more of those. And then a quick turnover, and not a good start for Oak Hill here off the bat. So the Fillings have 5 and almost another takeaway. We talked about the fact that Norwell got 33 takeaways last year down at Converse. These two teams got together for a 17-point Norwell victory. 63 points Norwell scored in that game, the most that Oak Hill allowed in a single game all season. There's a three hoisted top of the key and missed. That was Audrey Leak. But an offensive rebound, which is a bit of a concern, and then driving pretty easily baseline was Holly Gillespie, but couldn't get to the basket. So it's knocked out of bounds. And Norwell will control it here, but Norwell gave up a little bit of a chance to kind of easy drive to the basket on the baseline, but now they handle it out top. Tomaszek has it knocked away, playing in some of her first varsity minutes, and then tough call on the sideline as it looked like might have been a bump from Tomaszek, but Norwell gets the benefit of it, and it's a backcourt turnover. But we expect to see a lot from Oak Hill. Norwell and Tomaszek, Skyla, of course, played at Huntington in her middle school days over in that system there, and then transferred over. Emily Todd getting a start tonight for Norwell, as well as this Lady Knights team expects to have very high hopes and high expectations that's been built around this community for a long time now. Kind of a flip up and in by Kaylee Filling along the baseline, and it's 7-0 Norwell. Just over 90 seconds into this contest and another turnover, and this thing's getting out of control quickly. Norwell controlling the pace. Good pass from Tolliver, and Filling will draw the foul as she was able to track it down along the baseline before letting it run out of bounds. The athletic play, Norwell playing a couple steps ahead of Oak Hill here in the early going. As we expected, this is a bit of a tune-up game. Norwell taking on Warsaw Saturday night here at the Castle, in which might prove to be a much more difficult test. There's the other Filling who hits again. So the Fillings have all 10 points here in the early going, and the Knights have scored the first 10. Backcourt pressure applied. Tomaszek gets the steal and the bucket, and it's already 12-0. Quick pace played here at Norwell. There's another turnover, and the Golden Eagles look a little overwhelmed here through the first few minutes as they cannot handle the Filling sisters. Emily Todd will try a three as a defender goes flying and hits the deck, but that one missed everything. And so Oak Hill will try to calm themselves down and get on the board here. Just over 2 minutes in, already 12-0 Lady Knights. Almost another turnover. There's a good-looking shot from top of the key. Nikki Alston knocks down a triple, and the Golden Eagles are on the board. And they were not anywhere close to getting back. It's a 2-on-1, and Tolliver missed the layup. It was Tolliver and Filling working on that, and they busted the Golden Eagle defense, but Oak Hill gets bailed out with a miss. Alston steps into a three this time and knocks it down. Nikki Alston, 6 points right off the bat. And so Oak Hill has cut the deficit in half. It's 12-6. Although another transition three, this time by Mackenzie Tolliver. And the Knights have knocked down 3 triples here in the early going. Tolliver averaged 5 points a game last year, shot at 29% from beyond the arc, which was right on pace with the rest of the team. But they expect big things out of her as well. Undersized guard, but plays really aggressive and tough. And a pure shooter, always has been. There's Kennedy Filling jumping into the passing lane and easily laying it in. Boy, Norwell's playing at an incredibly quick pace right now. 17 points, not even halfway through, stanza number 1.
To me, Derek, it just doesn't seem like Oak Hill as fast as Norwell.
No. Well, they're lighting it up from distance now as Trinity Thurman throws one in to make it 17-9. So they're kind of holding serve at this point. Filling misses. This has been a very quickly played game, and we expect defenses to settle in at some point as Tolliver can't get the friendly home bounce, but an offensive rebound grabbed by Tomaszek after it hit the deck and then throws it out of bounds. Last touch by Emily Todd. So Oak Hill will get it back here and enter a couple of subs. And we expect to see a couple of kids as Grace Bratmuller checks into the game for Norwell for the first time.
We talked about Norwell pregame and their three-point shooting, and they've come out firing it from behind the arc today.
Yeah, really both teams have. Oak Hill's just had a problem with turnovers as they've made all 3 triples that they've taken here already. 2 from Nikki Alston, the other from Trinity Thurman, the 5'5 junior, combo guard forward. In the corner, that's Audrey Leak for a triple. This one rattles out. Kaylee Filling a strong rebound, had it ripped away, and then it'll stay with Norwell. Filling a little frustrated that there was no foul call there. Hasn't been an overly physical start as neither team has had really long possessions. It's been Norwell getting the bulk of the minutes offensively, and they have been able to shoot lights out here in this first quarter. Norwell trying to spread things out. Interior pass to Bratmuller, and she is bumped on her post entry. Miller picks up the personal. Norwell gets it baseline. Maya Shelton into the game for the first time. Misses her first attempt of the season. As we said, she's been battling through some injury issues And now Norwell creates another turnover, Filling off the left foot and in. That's Kaylee Filling. Been able to say Filling the last couple of years, and now going to have to separate the two. Kennedy has grown a lot in this past year, as she's a very talented guard and a very good shooter as well. That one's thrown out of bounds into the double team, and it'll stay with Oak Hill on this end as Melissa Kluvine will check back in. Thurman takes a seat. 2:47 left in our opening quarter. Norwell leading 19-9 here in the early going. Been a fast pace so far. Entertaining basketball. A lot of turnovers, which you expect to see at this point in the season. Joy McDivitt is into the game as well. That's a long three missed by Kluvine, and it missed everything. Filling with the board. And now Bratmuller, who gets it in and out quickly. Shelton, a 15-footer from the elbow, and it's off and short, and the rebound again to Joy McDivitt. So Shelton has missed her first two shots from the floor. That one, Norwell's been very active in the passing lanes, and as I say that, Bratmuller breaks up a pass and creates the steal. Long cross-court pass ahead to Shelton, who throws on the brakes and lays it in. So Maya Shelton is onto the board for the first time this season. Led Norwell with 15 points a game and 7 rebounds a game, the leader in both those categories. Norwell trapping defensively in the half court now, still applying full court pressure. That was Miller who lost it out of bounds, and it'll go back to Norwell here with just inside of 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Nikki Alston back into the game for the Golden Eagles. Emily Todd for Norwell, as she'll replace Kaylee Filling, getting her first rest of the night. Colin, Norwell just, again, kind of hate to come back to the same thing, but a step or a step and a half ahead of Oak Hill at this point.
And even when they're not forcing turnovers, they're not making anything easy. They very little open shots so far for Oak Hill.
There's a body foul inside as Kennedy Filling went driving to the bucket. And so Filling will look to attempt her first varsity free throws. Already 8 points here in this first quarter. Alston picks up foul number 2. That's a problem for Oak Hill as they are not deep tonight. We mentioned that Gillespie and Hornacher are not available. Filling comes up short on the first one. Now a sub back into the game. Trinity Thurman is back in. Filling will try to get one of 2 here. And she will not. So she misses both as that one off the heel, and then a foul on the rebound going against Norwell. That was on Filling as she chased down the board. So that's Norwell's first foul here of the contest and of the 2020-21 season. That was dribbled off her foot. Norwell is applying this backcourt pressure, and Oak Hill cannot handle it. Shelton gets the turnover, gives it off to Todd, who gets fouled underneath the bucket.
Just making nothing easy right now on Oak Hill. They can't get anything going, can't get into a rhythm at all.
That's number 2 on Miller. That's a problem. That's now 2 players with a pair of fouls here in this first half. Emily Todd at the line attempting her first varsity free throws. Filling checks back into the game. Kaylee, that is, replacing her sister Kennedy. Todd looking to make it a pair here. And she will. So Emily Todd, who had 6 points on the varsity squad last year, led the JV team in scoring by a wide margin. And Mackenzie Tolliver is going to get called for a foul in the backcourt. Norwell leading 23-9, 93 seconds left in quarter number 1. Happy you could join us tonight, and Mr. Bolzer is going to take his first timeout of the night. And with that, we'll take our first break of the night. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 30 on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network.
Bluffton Tire, you know where they're located, across the street from Bummy's, right at the entrance to the 4-H Park, has been serving Wells County for over 50 years. Bluffton Tire needs to be the first stop for brakes, struts, front-end alignment, and offers over 20 different brands of tires. Stop by and see Kerry Jennis today or visit online at BlufftonTire.com for online specials and coupons. Bluffton Tire is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Hi, this is Kerry Jennis at Bluffton Tire, and we'll keep you going.
All right, welcome back to the Castle. Alongside Colin Schwartz, I'm Derek Decker, and it's a pleasure to be bringing you here Norwell Lady Knights basketball this evening. We know there are a number of Oak Hill fans watching as well, and we're happy we could bring that to you due to the limited attendance here tonight. Norwell has had the better part of the Golden Eagles here in this first quarter, and they have sped up the game in a significant way. There's not too many quarters where Norwell got over 25 points last year. I'm supposed to know that off the top of my head, but I don't. As Thurman's cut off baseline, and then that one was blocked in there by Filling. Brattmuller in on the defense as well. Norwell running the floor quickly. Kaylee Filling wide open in the corner. Todd tried to go over the top, and it got batted away. But nice interior pass. Brattmuller turns, drop step, missed everything. Rebound, though, Emily Todd underneath the basket, so she cleans up the miss. She's got 4 here in the early going, and it's 25-9. Boy, Oak Hill is having all kinds of trouble, and now over and back. I think, at least from our vantage point, is Brian Gagline's going to head over to Coach Bolzer and explain the call. Didn't appear that everything had been established yet. Remember, you got to get all 3 points, both feet and the ball across the half-court line fully, and then step back. But Brian in a better position than we are. And we're going to do something this year. We're not going to question officials. Yeah, there you go. I'm glad you laughed at that because you know it'll be happening. Todd in the corner to Shelton. Oh, Norwell stepped away from it. Tolliver and Filling both had a shot at it, and running the floor, missing the layup was Joy McDivitt, and then a second miss. But now Oak Hill get the ball underneath on another Norwell foul.
Derek, I think I'm going to hold you to that comment.
That's tough. Kaylee Filling nailed with a personal. You know, sometimes I just can't help myself. You know, I usually don't get too bad because I know what it's like. But, you know, sometimes there's certain things. It's usually on rules stuff. Don't really care so much about judgment calls. I mean, those happen. I mean, those are, you miss those, that's okay. No problem with that. Joy McDivitt in the corner. Oak Hill could hold for the final shot here. It's 25-9. Underneath, blocked by Filling as Audrey Leak was driving to the basket. Stay with Oak Hill, just inside of 10 seconds left. And we're hoping that everything's okay. Let us know if everything is not okay with the broadcast tonight, as far as our picture or our clock, anything like that. But everything looks to be in order on our end. McDivitt gets the inbounds pass. Had it knocked away for a moment. 5 seconds. Kluvine, top of the key, floats it in the corner. Miller, a last-ditch effort. Or actually, yeah, so that's no good. And that will end our first quarter. So, the end of one, it's a dominating performance here early on. Norwell on top of Oak Hill, 25-9. We're back in a minute on The Voice.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Welcome back to the Castle on an unseasonably warm November day. Had great weather for Election Day yesterday. A lot of friends and family watching here tonight. We're hoping that everything's okay on your end and everybody's safe in this uncertain time. Christian Bullhat is watching us tonight. Christian's helped me out on our entire football season so far this year as Norwell is continuing their drive for a sectional title game, and that will come to a head Friday night as the Knights travel to Zollner to take on Concordia on the north side of town. And it's a game Norwell lost in the sectional semifinal last year, 17-14. And Norwell looking for a bit of redemption here this year as they look to advance to the regional round for the first time since 2014. Oak Hill will start the second quarter with the basketball. You know, there were some ideas floated around before the season got underway that there might not be a jump ball this year. Kentucky was floating that idea around in high school to start games because of the virus. But here in Indiana, everything has stayed the same on that front. Obviously, benches are socially distanced tonight and will be all season long. players not actively participating are expected to wear a mask, and all fans are expected to wear a mask as well. A lot of toughness shown by this Norwell defense here early on, and they're just having a lot of trouble doing anything offensively. That's kind of a hoist from Audrey Leak. Last touch, though, by Norwell. And so the Golden Eagles get a second chance, but again, Norwell has just not had difficulty forcing Oak Hill into bad situations early on. They're really speeding them up on the defensive end of the floor. That's something Norwell looks to do all season long. Gave up 43 points a game last year, which isn't Norwell's best defensive effort, but they played at a pace that's faster than most of the years Coach Thornton has played in the past. As that now senior trio of Filling, Bales, and Shelton look to carry this team to another successful year. No perimeter action, or no interior action, rather. It's been all on the perimeter for Oak Hill as they turn it over again. Tomaszak doesn't give it up and can't get the bucket. So tried to run the floor there. Appreciate seeing Tomaszak try some new things. She's grown a lot and gotten more mature over the last couple of years. Tomaszak also looking to make an impact on this Norwell team and give it some size inside along with Grace Brattmuller. It's Thurman on the wing. All right, so Oak Hill, the first strike of this second quarter, and it's 25-11. Norwell's led by double digits for the vast majority of the game. In fact, scored the first 12 points of the game. Tomaszak put it on the floor, which was not a good place to do that. Won't cost Norwell a turnover as it'll stay on this end via the alternating possession, but nonetheless, a mistake caused by not a lot of varsity time just yet. The 6'1 sophomore, though, athletic kid. Maya Shelton back into the game for the Lady Knights as Tolliver is out. 25-11, 6:24 left here in this first quarter, in this first half, rather, as Emily Todd gets the inbounds pass and scores. 6 points for Todd here in the early going. It's good to see from the 5'7 junior. 27-11, Norwell leads. Filling gets the takeaway. Shelton on the run. Defended by McDivitt, but really kind of token pressure applied, and Shelton got to the rim pretty easily. And it's grown to an 18-point lead. We expected this might be the case. Oak Hill down a couple of players tonight, as we mentioned in the pregame, as there's another Oak Hill turnover. They had the same issue last year. Shelton is fouled as she goes to the rim by Melissa Kluvine. And we talk about this a lot, but this is what Norwell can do, and really it can balloon very, very quickly and get out of control in a hurry if you're not careful offensively.
And this is an Oak Hill team that didn't score a ton of points last year per game, so if Norwell can grow this lead out, it might put it away early and not give Oak Hill much of a chance to crawl themselves back into this game.
Yeah, they averaged 41 points offensively. For what it's worth, this is a completely, basically revamped team, and under new leadership and everything. They obviously, as we touched on in the pregame, Taylor Westgate, the star there last year, and now playing collegiate ball at Taylor. But this is a team that's just gotten a complete overhaul, and that happens every now and then. Shelton to the front court after the miss. Oh, nice spin move. That was pretty, but a clean block that time by Melissa Kluvine. We'll keep it on the Norwell end. It's a 20-point lead here a couple minutes into the second quarter. Coach Bolzer is instructing his kids. Bolzer is a guy that still has one of his daughters playing at Mississinewa. Norwell played her last year in the sectional. It's over the back on Skyla Tomaszak. But that's an interesting dynamic, as you don't see that all that often. I mean, these two teams are, they play each other. They're in the same conference. Would be coaching against your kid. It's a tough thing to do.
I don't know how you handle that as a parent, quite honestly.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Thornton before the game about that, and he said he certainly couldn't do it. Of course, his kid's not old enough yet, but almost, as his oldest, Ryan, is approaching high school very rapidly. Todd had that one partially blocked, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Hill. Nice save by Kennedy Filling to toss it off of Thurman. Bolzer got the call from the AD, Ryan Fagan, and really he said he was working on his daughter's car, And he said, he kind of thought it was a joke and didn't really think Fagan was serious. They've been around each other. Of course, Bolzer was an AD down at Rossville the last few years. Shelton gets that one up and in. It's 33-11. But Bolzer's coached boys his entire high school varsity career. Northeastern, Plainfield, and North Miami, bounced around a little bit, central part of the state, over the course of 16 years. And now making the transition to the girls' side. Said he missed coaching as an AD. And certainly seems to be enjoying it, although results not what he would have hoped here, at least in the first 12 minutes of the game. Norwell has had no problems. Filling gets it off the deflection and gives it back to her sister, who buries another three. Kennedy Filling in double digits here on her opening night of her career. Boy, that is encouraging to see from Kennedy Filling. Filling's sisters looking to wreak havoc against opposing defenses this year. Different skill sets. Good effort by Skyla Tomaszek, who hits the floor and knocks it out of bounds. But that's just kind of what you see from this team. Kaylee, the older sister, is more of a physical player and can really take it inside the post. And that might be the case as Kennedy grows older, but right now, Norwell can have her sit on the perimeter and shoot it all day, because already here in this first half, she's got 3 triples, 11 points to her credit, of Norwell's 36 in what is a 25-point lead, matching their highest lead last year in this game. That one was way long off the hands of Trinity Thurman. As Tolliver catches it in transition. Norwell spreading it out for round one. That's a deep three by Kaylee Filling off the heel. And Oak Hill a rebound. That's not the shot that Coach Thornton would hope that Kaylee would take in that situation, I'm certain.
Probably call that one a little bit of a heat check.
I would agree. Kaylee with 6 points in this first half. Thurman in the corner. Filling jumps the passing lane, and it bounces off the foot of a Golden Eagle. So it'll go back to Norwell. And we mentioned, as Coach Thornton's going to take a 30-second timeout, we'll keep it here. We mentioned that the turnovers were a big problem in this game last year. Norwell's had no trouble here, but Colin, just kind of an early reaction through just over 12 minutes of the season, and Norwell's come out hot, and this team looks offensively gifted.
Watching Coach Thornton's teams for many years now, they're always pressing. Always seems like they're applying pressure, making nothing easy, and that's been certainly the case tonight. Oak Hill has not been able to get into a rhythm of any sort. Just nothing coming easy so far. I'd love to know how many points Norwell has off of turnovers already in this game. We came into this game thinking Oak Hill might be able to show a little bit, show a little something. And I just don't know if they're ready for this type of defensive pressure from Norwell.
Well, that, and like I said, they only returned 4 total points from that game last year that they scored. That was, and both of those players are not available tonight, did not make the trip here to Norwell.
It's a tough situation.
It is, and that's kind of what we've been dealing with right now in this season of the coronavirus. Bratmuller turns, lost it, jump ball.
As much as we may not, it may be tough for Oak Hill to look at this game and see any positives through this game. They got almost a whole revamped team, like you've been saying, and they're getting a very good look from a very good Norwell team, some very good varsity experience on the road. You got to find the positives in this if you're Oak Hill, and even though it doesn't look like it on the scoreboard, there are plenty to have.
Yeah, no doubt about it. There's another jump ball. It'll stay with Norwell. Yeah, it's the first game of the season, so no matter what happens tonight, you get a feel for what's going on, especially with the new staff and everything. There's so much turnover, and, that's just – you get a feel for what your team might be able to do. Again, this is a storied program, 4 straight CIC titles down at Oak Hill, at least shares of CIC titles. Just 2 years removed from winning a 2A state championship. Mackenzie Tolliver no good on the 3. Norwell's cooled off a little bit, at least from distance. But Oak Hill has just not been able to get anything offensively, really, against this stout Norwell defense. Nice back cut. McDivitt. And then a miss by Melissa Kluvine. Last touched by Oak Hill. Goes back to Norwell.
Even though they didn't cash in on that, that was a good little possession. They moved the ball, had some good cuts. It's not always going to go in the hoop.
Yeah, they had a back cut there as Shelton got beat on the baseline, and then they got a 15-footer. I mean, you really can't complain about that possession. We're inside of 2 minutes. Shelton launches a three, back iron, no good. Brattmuller the board, gets her own rebound and scores. Grace Brattmuller kind of exerting her effort underneath and scoring her first bucket of the season. Averaged 3 points and 4 rebounds a game last season. Played some key minutes off the bench in the post for Norwell when Barger was unable to go. And just kind of gave her breathers at times. Another 15-footer by Kluvine. This time she banks it in. So Kluvine is on the board for the first time. Cuts Norwell's lead back to 25. But it's still been all Lady Knights here in this first half. Trinity Thurman jumps the passing lane, knocks it out of bounds. You can definitely still see, even on the Norwell side, despite scoring 38, there's a lot of things still trying to get back into the swing of things. We're just in this first week of November, and so there's going to be some rust to knock off. Shelton in the corner, double-teamed. Tries to throw it off a Golden Eagle, but it's taken out of there by Melissa Kluvine. And the Lady Eagles have numbers. Baseline shot from Thurman hits the side of the backboard. McDivitt the board. Can't get the rebound put back. And Shelton takes it away for Norwell. But again, that's just too long of a pass. Thurman's been active defensively, and I'd say, without a doubt, to this point, has been the Golden Eagles' best defender.
She's been the one that's made it tough on Norwell so far. Norwell hasn't had too much trouble, but when they've had it, it's been from Thurman.
Lady Knights, again, have slowed down a little bit here in the back half of the second quarter. Tolliver, cross court, Todd, triple, banks it in. So that's the second time the players used the bank here in this second quarter. 41-13, and we will be talking about the Ossian State Bank halftime show here coming up in about 40 seconds. Shelton working through contact. That is a bad call. So I won't say anything other than that. And Coach Thornton doesn't like it, and there was zero contact on that particular play.
Hey, it's probably about their first game of the year, too.
It is. I'm sure it is. Openers last night, Woodland and New Haven, DeKalb Heritage, rather. 15 seconds to go in this first half. Kluvine, a triple try. Off the back heel, Brattmuller gets it. 7 seconds. Norwell's got to hurry. Todd in the backcourt, really got to move. And draws the foul. Gets kind of bailed out near the sideline. Emily kind of gave up on the play.
You have to wonder if Norwell knew how much time was on the clock there. It didn't look like she was in any hurry.
Right. Okay, so 3.4 to get a shot up here before the break. It's been a quick first half. It's thrown in and turned over, so Oak Hill will get a hoist, and it's off. And that's how the first half will come to a close. So this one got away in a hurry. Norwell leading 41-13 at the break in what was a tidy and fast first half. We'll take a break, return with the Ossian State Bank halftime show. Thanks for joining us on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sport, or auto accident, or just keep suffering from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension? Corrective Chiropractic can help.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic, serving Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding area to help you feel and function better. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness.
We're here at Craigville Appliance. We just wanted to say to all the fall athletes, good luck on this season. Be safe, be strong, compete to the highest level, always practice good sportsmanship. If moms and dads, I know it's time washer and dryer season, we'll take care of you here at Craigville Appliance. We can deliver it, install it, no big deal here at Craigville Appliance. Good luck, have a great season, compete to the highest level.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services, commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is their top priority. They do a complete background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
Farms, an online meat market, has a heart for people and a focus to provide a variety of locally raised, 100% grass-fed or grain-fed beef, pork, and poultry. Their shopping experience is easy. Simply visit HoosierCreekFarmsLLC.com, fill up your cart with high-quality, locally raised meats, and choose to have it delivered in an insulated box right to your front door. Or you can pick it up in Bluffton or Huntington. You can find recipes and cooking tips by following them on Facebook and Instagram. Begin cooking with confidence. Hoosier Creek Farms, high quality, locally raised meats. HoosierCreekFarmsLLC.com.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. Professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory.
And welcome back to the Castle. Derek Decker alongside Colin Schwartz in tonight's season opener. Norwell leading Oak Hill 41-13 here at the break. And Colin, it was pretty much all Lady Knights right from the get-go.
Oak Hill's just been unable to keep up so far in this game. I don't know how many turnovers they have. I don't know how many points off of turnovers Norwell has. I know that is probably a lot as well. Oak Hill will have to clean that up going forward in the season if they want to compete in games and compete for another conference title. So far, so good for Norwell. You look at the Filling sisters; they've been unbelievable tonight. Brat Mueller has been a force in the middle so far. She seems like she has a lot of rebounds, a few putback points. She's just been all over the place. A lot of good signs from Norwell so far. You just got to like what you see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talked about it. You know, Norwell at times appeared a little rusty. There's some passes that have to be crisper, and I'm sure that's what Coach Thornton's talking to his team about in the locker room. Be interesting to see how he handles it. Again, this is a Norwell team that's not playing with very much depth tonight at all either because of Lauren Bales being out. Of course, that is Norwell's normal starting point guard and will likely be the rest of the season. Will be available here soon as she ran in the cross-country state finals and was recognized pregame tonight alongside Miss Monin Smith. So good to see a couple of Norwell athletes make it to the state championship. As we mentioned in the pregame, Bales is off to Purdue next year to run cross-country. So running at a D1 Big Ten university, you are the real deal. There's no doubt about that. Oak Hill tonight was minus Gillespie and Hornacher coming in, and obviously that is big because they only returned a couple players at all. And so this is a team that's struggling a bit. 16-8 a year ago. They've got Peru, Winchester, and Marion their next 3. So the schedule doesn't get really all that much easier. Peru will be a good chance for a win, but Winchester's a team they actually faced in the 2A state title game back in 2019, and of course, Marion is always tough as well. So it's an uphill climb, but Coach Bolzer has lots and lots of experience, so I certainly wouldn't doubt his abilities. He's been a head coach for 16 years at a couple different places, so while the result here, and really a tall order to come on the road and play against a team that hasn't lost a regular season game in over 1,000 days at home.
Without your two
right,
arguably most experienced players.
Exactly. Without that, you're talking about an uphill battle no matter what. But I think there's a lot of things you can draw from that first half, and certainly a lot of things going forward in the second half as Oak Hill tries to develop and work some different plays into the offense.
And then, as I said there in that second quarter, even though the score doesn't show it right now, there's a lot of good in Oak Hill coming to play this game. All the Oak Hill players and coaches, this isn't the score they wanted. We know that. But coming to play a team of this caliber in Norwell, that just prepares them going forward. I can't see Oak Hill playing too many teams.
No, not in the CIC.
At a level above Norwell.
Yeah, and that's why I think, you can make an argument on how you schedule teams. Norwell obviously very aggressive when it comes to scheduling. Goes all the way across the northern part of the state. Of course, this year we'll be participating in the Hall of Fame Classic down at Newcastle, so that's exciting. Been the first time Norwell's been down there since Jessica Rupright days, so that is exciting. But Norwell has a lot of things to look forward to over the course of the season. Very difficult schedule. They get Warsaw here on Saturday, and then a friendly CIC opponent, Mississinawa, next week, and West Noble and Angola to cap off a 3-game week. And those are all quality programs. Mississinawa nearly pulled an upset against Norwell in the sectional semifinal last season as Norwell took that game by just 6 points in what was a tightly contested game all the way throughout. Norwell, all 3 of Norwell's games in that Mississinawa sectional were all decided by 5 points or less. And that's what it's all about when it comes to sectional basketball. Norwell, of course, winning all 3 and then blowing out Winchester in the regional semifinal on Saturday morning over at Belmont before falling to Benton Central in the regional championship. You are listening to the Ossian State Bank Halftime Show. Ossian State Bank is your home and your local bank and has been for over a century with locations in downtown Ossian and on the north edge of Bluffton. We'll take another break and return after these words with the balance of the halftime show, followed by the start of the third quarter. Thanks for joining us tonight on The Voice.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic in Bluffton. My goal with chiropractic treatment is to make you feel and function better by providing neurostructural corrections to help put your spine back into alignment, to strengthen your nerve system, and to relieve nerve pain. We strive to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come. Our full-service chiropractic team in Bluffton provides corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, along with spinal and postural screenings.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Altair, and I'm proud to join the team here at Corrective Chiropractic. Our goal is to figure out what is causing your pain and restore movement to the optimal level. From infants to older adults, chiropractic is a safe way to manage growing pains and other body trauma. Did you know that chiropractic care can strengthen your overall immune system? Give us a call at 260-353-1400. Chiropractic care can help you on your journey to the best version of you.
Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
Do you or a loved one need extra help managing your finances or making sure monthly bills are getting paid correctly and on time? Are you concerned that you or a senior parent may inadvertently provide sensitive financial information to scammers and fraudsters? Then contact Senior Money Life today at 260-296-0437 to get the help you need to stay safe and enjoy life more. Senior Money Life, located in Bluffton, Indiana, is here to help make life easy, providing you with a wide range of services including banking assistance, bill pay, budgeting assistance, financial monitoring, and insurance advocacy. Contact Preston Carr, Daily Money Manager at 260-296-0437 to learn more, or visit their website, seniormoneylife.com. Senior Money Life is a division of Christian Care Retirement Community. Senior Money Life is not a financial institution or a trust company.
And welcome back to the friendly confines of the castle. So happy to be back here in a very familiar setting for me. The schedules, the stars have kind of aligned for us to make this broadcast situation a reality in what has become so important during this pandemic, and obviously limited attendance for the first time in Norwell history. This is something that none of us are accustomed to seeing, and I hope we never have to see again. But it's something we're dealing with right now. And hopefully we'll get out of this at some point. I think we certainly will. But for the time being, this is what we've got. Norwell will return its original starters to the floor to start the second half. And Norwell holding a 41-13 advantage. Both teams did take a timeout in that first half. It's been a pretty quick game so far, not a lot of fouls. Both teams really... There's been a lot of contrast in this game. Norwell's offense was the storyline in that first half, but undoubtedly a lot of that offense was created by the defense, and I don't think that can be overstated because, you know, and that's where Norwell's production offensively a lot of times is going to come from this year. Filling will walk it across for Norwell into the front court. Looks like basically a 5-out set as Tomaszek works along that baseline. Good box out that time underneath, and Oak Hill gets the rebound off the Norwell misfire. A three is short, but this is a fast pace again. Norwell's come out and willing to put up a shot early in the possession. Emily Todd misses a three. Kaylee Filling comes flying in for a board, misses short. Sister gets the rebound, and Kennedy Filling gets the bucket. And Norwell's lead is 30. Kennedy Filling leading all scorers tonight in her first career game with 13.
Those are the plays that are going to drive the Oak Hill coaches crazy right there. You get 2 offensive rebounds from Norwell right there. It just seemed like Oak Hill took that possession off.
Good wall up that time by the undersized Tolliver. But Melissa Kluvine cashes in on a triple. That's 4 threes that make up Oak Hill's 16 offensive points. Tolliver in the corner. Cross court. Good find. Filling drives. Had it stripped. A lot of contact, but Kluvine gets the steal. Nearly has it taken away from her. Now jump ball is called, so it will be a turnover as it goes back to Norwell. I'm doing a lot of things, so I can't keep track of turnovers, unfortunately. But we'll have that number on Saturday night, so if you're really that interested in it, you will find out later tonight. Might be able to get some post-game stats when we talk to Coach Thornton. Kennedy Filling on the wing, and they're actually going to send it to Tomaszek, who knocks down a 15-footer from the baseline. If Tomaszek can consistently make that shot, she's going to be dangerous.
And that's going to make the Norwell offense dangerous. You got outside shooters. I don't know what that was, but you got some outside shooters in Norwell.
If teams decide to try to play zone, try to slow down that Norwell offense, there's another little mid-range teardrop from Tomaszek. If Norwell can attack the middle of these zones, and this is not what Oak Hill's playing tonight, but if they can do that in the future, they're going to be tough to stop offensively. So it's Audrey Leak who made a bad pass, and so Kennedy Filling with a spin. She had it stripped. Foul called on Trinity Thurman. That is her first. Couple foul troubles. Alston and Miller with both a pair in that first half. McDivitt back into the game for Oak Hill. Alston has it, or Alston knocked it away, rather. Maya Shelton checks back in for Norwell. Again, dealing with that broken arm, but playing tonight. A lot of experience. Shelton, Bales, and Filling have both all started since their freshman year. There's Tolliver, a triple. Tolliver with 6 points, second 3 of the night. Norwell's hit the half-century mark here early in the third quarter. 50-16 in what has become a rout early on, as we thought it might be, knowing that Oak Hill had a couple players out and Norwell had Shelton available. Did not start tonight, but has played significant minutes through the first 20 minutes of the game. That's a foul. Filling a little over-aggressive there. Second personal of the evening. Side out in front of Oak Hill's bench. 5 minutes left in this third quarter. All Lady Knights, 50-16. Again, they'll take on Warsaw Saturday, and that shaping up to be a really good matchup. Tolliver picks the pocket of Joy McDivitt and goes coast to coast for the layup. Norwell in the past has played, this is typical of a first game. Norwell in the past has played the likes of, played Wayne for several years. And actually Wayne had a couple of pretty good teams for a while, and then they really fell off. They work hard at Wayne, still trying to get the program on the right track, but it got to the point where there were a couple years there where Wayne was really down. So Norwell sought out Oak Hill last year, took them down last year, down in Converse, 63-46. Again, 30 Taylor Westgate points in that game for Oak Hill, but really did not stay in it. For what it's worth, Norwell only shot 5 of 23 from the three-point line in that game. They've been much better tonight. Filling being ridden up the floor, playing through contact, and travels. So that's a turnover. And that is the knock on Kaylee Filling, and that has kind of become a consistent mark of her game, is sometimes she can play a little bit over-aggressive and get frustrated when playing through contact. Physical player, a strong player, stronger than lots of players on the floor, and sometimes the strongest on the floor. But sometimes that can be a detriment, as she can do that sometimes. Try to throw on the brakes and gets frustrated and travels. And that's what happened on that possession. She'll key it in for Norwell underneath as they're in the line set. That's a kick. So it'll stay with Norwell. They'll go to the other side of the basket, I think. Nope, it'll stay on the same side. Brian Gagline, Kyle Hunt, Lucas Everett, our three-man officiating crew tonight. Mackenzie Feast is in the game for the first time for Norwell, and she is going to lay it in. How about that? So that didn't take long for Feast to get on the board.
Bit of a circus shot right there. That was impressive.
First varsity points for Mackenzie Feast, who had 18 points in the JV game tonight, which was a 50-12 Norwell victory. That's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Oak Hill. You know, doing football for 11 weeks, it is amazing how fast basketball games move, isn't it, at the high school level?
Yes, it is.
This one more than some. Obviously, there haven't been very many fouls and whatever, but some of these games can take less than an hour. Just don't last very long. And that, nobody's complaining about that. Feast had it go off of her, and then Filling kind of tapped it out of bounds with her foot. Stay with the Golden Eagles on this side of the floor. Audrey Leak checks back in for Oak Hill. It's a 38-point Norwell lead. Leak trying to turn the corner. That's not going to work against Kaylee Filling. And then she's tied up by Shelton on the floor. Stay with the Lady Eagles. 3 subs coming in for Norwell here at the dead ball. Kennedy Filling, along with Emily Todd and Grace Bratmuller. They replace Tomasek, Tolliver, and Kaylee Filling. Halfway through this third quarter, huge Norwell lead as it has been from the outset. That shot is short, but an offensive rebound and a putback by Audrey Leak on the baseline. She gets on the board with her first points of the night, 54-18. And Kennedy Filling back into the game and scoring again. Throws in another 3. That's 4 long shots tonight for Kennedy Filling, and now Oak Hill and Coach Bolzer is going to use a timeout. So we'll take a break and return on The Voice.
In business since 1981, Barkley Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barkley Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barkley Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. contact Barkley Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674. Or find them on Facebook at Barkley Builders, Inc. Let Barkley Builders get started on your Barkley Built Forever home.
3.5 left in this third quarter. Derek Decker along with Colin Schwartz tonight in Norwell's season opener. Norwell up 39, and they've been up basically the entire game by a wide margin. Colin, Maction tonight gets underway as college football rolls on. We've obviously had a lot of disruptions. Wisconsin's game got canceled with Purdue this weekend with the pandemic, but excited to see another conference get in on the action as the Pac-12 returns this weekend as well.
We're keeping special eye on that Ball State score. Norwell grad Curtis Blackwell starting his kind of senior season since he has another year of eligibility now. You know, one thing for be proud for Norwell is he's starting to get some NFL looks. He has a chance. We'll see if he can't make that happen.
Big kid. Actually grew up across the street for the first few years of my life from Curtis. Leak is short, and then over the back on Trinity Thurman on the rebound. Yeah, there's he got a lot of looks in high school. Obviously, chose to play at Ball State. You know, is a talented player on the line. It would be Norwell's first player in any kind of position like that to make it big time. Basically already has, playing at a FBS school as Shelton travels. But yeah, good for Curtis, and we will keep an eye on Ball State all season long. Good for them to be up as well. I mean, we were talking at the break a little bit. Ball State kind of struggled last year, and they're working in the right direction as a program. Shelton takes it away from Miller and dribbles through traffic and gets bodied up. Got hit across the arm, and she'll go back to the line. Shelton was Norwell's best free throw shooter last year at 77%.
Let's see how that broken arm affects her right here. Didn't look too bad right there.
Yep. Pretty pure. Norwell's largest lead of the night at 40. 8 points for the senior. Yeah, no problem. So Shelton's been able to stay active throughout this time with the arm, so that's a good thing. And she still looks good from the free throw stripe. You know, it's going to be interesting during turnovers, or during free throws rather, as that one was knocked away. I've been griped at in almost every place I've broadcasted a basketball game in. I'm a pretty loud guy, so, you know, there's no doubt about that. I won't deny that. I don't feel bad about it. But for whatever reason, people think, you know, my voice might interrupt a free throw shooter's shot, and that's okay. Mackenzie Feast on the give from Shelton in transition. And Feast has her 4th point, 61-18. But, you know, I've been barked at basically every place as well. So, you know, it's one of those things. And this year, especially with most schools limiting attendance in some fashion, that's going to be even more of a problem, as you won't have the normal buzz throughout the gym across the state tonight, or anytime throughout the season likely. Feast will hoist a 3. No good. Bratmuller hits the floor. Foul called from behind on Miller, I think. It is. It's her 3rd. Kaylee Filling set the check back into the game for the Lady Knights. Joy McDivitt replacing Miller for Oak Hill. Underneath the basket, Emily Todd. There's a triple try from Filling that missed everything. That was way short. .90 seconds left in our third quarter here tonight. Leading comfortably. Grace Bratmuller the board on the miss from Alston, who had her shot altered in the process. Shelton for a triple. Can't get it. Kennedy Filling was fighting for the board but couldn't get it. And a strong rebound by Trinity Thurman, and then a travel. Yeah, the turnovers have been an issue. I mean, that's one of the storylines we keyed on coming in. And actually, this Oak Hill team was great on the road last year. They were 8-3 away from home. In fact, a better record than they had at home. And have struggled tonight to really gain any kind of traction against these Lady Knights. Kluvine back in for Oak Hill as Alston checks out. Approaching a minute left. Kennedy Fillings open. Could have taken that three. A bounce pass to her sister as Norwell working through that 4-around-1 offense. Bratt Mueller underneath. But this is going to be a perimeter-based team. Not a lot of size, but a lot of skill and a lot of shooting poise from distance for Norwell. It's been one of Norwell's longest possessions of the night. Shelton got her feet moving too quick, and Norwell's become a bit sloppy here in this third quarter. Will not have an impact, obviously, on the outcome of the game, but something to look for as Norwell watches film going forward. I'm sure they'll be reminded of that in practice in this upcoming week. There's a three try that comes up short off of Kluvine's hands, and Shelton is coasting to the rim. Nobody got back for Oak Hill. It's as easy of a layup as Shelton's going to have all year. Into double figures now for Maya, 11 points in a game we didn't even know if she was going to play in. So it's a 45-point lead according to my Norwell math. Shelton, another takeaway. And this time plays through a little more contested defense. And ahead of the buzzer, lays it in. So it's 65-18. Norwell on their way to 1-0 here at the Castle on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Kathy Peterson of the Steffen Group is part of a select group of real estate and auction professionals that are changing the game of how real estate and auction transactions are handled. With a strong background in customer service, Kathy believes helping people is the most precious gift she can give and is committed to being a partner with her clients through the entire transaction. Contact Kathy Peterson at the Steffen Group at 824-6353 or drop her a message at Kathy, Cathie.Peterson at SteffenGRP.com.
Lady Knights up big here in the season opener, 65-18 over an Oak Hill team that is down a couple players, a couple starters tonight, and under new leadership. But they just have not had a lot of success really in any facet of the game tonight, save for maybe the three-point line. They've managed to throw in a couple of threes. Nikki Alston has a pair. Kluvine has a three. Trinity Thurman has a three. But other than that, Norwell's just sped them up way too fast defensively. And the Lady Knights have kind of cruised here and been on cruise control all night. Won't be like that on Saturday night as Warsaw comes to town. That was one of Norwell's 5 losses last year. Lost to Coach Lenny Krebs on the road at the Tiger Den. That is a very difficult place to win. And actually, Norwell's played Warsaw now for 4 or 5 years, and I'll check that before Saturday's game. But they've had a very interesting series where almost always the road team has won in that series in both two very difficult places to win. So that's something to watch out for as Warsaw comes to the Castle. They've been a thorn in Norwell's side here at home. Norwell, a 17-point comeback a few years ago at the Tiger Den. So that's been a really fun series. I'm glad Norwell's gotten that scheduled as a very tough 4A team. That's a foul on Kennedy Filling for coming around the side of Miller, and so that's a fun game to look forward to. Mississinawa will be tough again, and then, like we said, West Noble and Angola, and then after that, Lures, Northwood, and Concordia. So there are just no easy games on this schedule for Norwell as they look forward to the rest of the season. This is, again, we always talk about it. Coach Thornton feels it's important to get his kids ready for tournament time, and he thinks the best way to do that is scheduling almost as tough as possible. Really, the only team they've dropped is Homestead over the last few years. Tolliver can't connect on a three. But Norwell not afraid to go out and schedule some of the best competition in the state. And they do a great job of playing almost everybody in 3A. I mean, they're really willing to travel rather than playing a heavy dose of 4A teams in the area, and rather than going to the SAC. They feel like they'd get more experience by taking on some teams they may see down the road in the tournament. That's a foul on Filling. It's actually number 3 on Kaylee. 65-18 here, 45 seconds into our final frame. Derek Decker, Colin Schwartz setting the table for you here in Ossian in what was a great day outside. Continues to be great weather. That's a 3 for Nikki Alston. That's her 3rd of the night. She leads Oak Hill scorers with 9 points. Norwell likely to be a little more patient in this 4th quarter. And, you know, if you're wondering, you might be wondering why hasn't Norwell, you know, put in some of the starters or put in some of the reserve kids. Well, Norwell does not have that many on the bench. The only 2 that haven't played tonight are Kylie Wilson and Annabelle Johnson, and they're likely to play here at some point in this 4th quarter. Kaylee Filling gets the layup. And remember, Norwell used both of those players for most of the JV game.
Norwell fouls on number 24, Kaylee Filling, her 4th team spent. Returning to the Norwell lineup, number 22, Maya
Shelton back into the game after the foul on Kaylee Filling, which is number 4. So we'll see if she sees any more action here tonight with just 6:23 to go in the game. Leak has to toss it in and actually gets it into a teammate and then steps into a 17-footer that is way long, hits the backboard, misses the rim. But then Kennedy Filling mishandled it on the rebound. Can't thank any of our sponsors enough for what they do and being able to bring you the action. It's such a weird feeling not being in a castle with a large contingent of Norwell faithful. Norwell Nation is one of the best, if not the best, in the state at supporting the ladies program. Miller with the bucket. And, you know, as Filling can't get it to go, and then over the back foul. I talk like I'm a seasoned veteran, but I've been around to a lot of high schools over the years in the northern half of the state, and I've been to a few in the southern half of the state. And the consistent turnout for the Lady Knights is better than any other girls program that I've seen. As in fact, in some years here at Norwell, the girls' attendance is better than the guys' attendance, and there's just not many places you can say that. These Lady Knights are so fun to watch, and Coach Thornton has built a dynasty in his 24 years. Tomasek picks up number 3. And we will have free throws here.
At the line for Oak Hill is Carly Biddle. She'll shoot 2.
Carly Biddle will step to the line. Biddle, a 5'6" senior. Short on the first one. Is that the first free throw of the night for Oak Hill? Is that right?
I thought they had one in the first half. Definitely the first or the second half.
Yeah. Well, there just really haven't been very many free throws shot on either end tonight.
It's the way we like a game like this.
Yeah. 1 for 2 is Biddle. So Norwell, the Lady Knight lead is 67-24. Again, Norwell is already being more patient. Some of the possessions in the first half were just ridiculous. Just a couple passes and then a shot. Bratmuller recovers it out to Tolliver for a 3. No good. And a board by Carly Biddle. Biddle's coming on a little bit here in this 4th quarter and then turns it over. But Oak Hill gets it back in the backcourt, and now the ball is just kind of being tossed around. Leak misses a 3. Kennedy Filling with the rebound. This game is getting sloppy as we reach inside of 5 minutes, but both teams are still playing hard. Oak Hill will be in the bonus for the remainder of the game. That was team foul number 5. The foul went on Trinity Thurman, which is 3 on her. Tolliver throws it away on the inbounds. Threw it right into the arms of Carly Biddle. Thurman, a corner 3. Knocked out, and it'll go to Norwell. There's just not many teams that you're going to see all year long, too, play at the pace that Norwell does. Just a fast pressure defense. That means sometimes they're going to get beat. If you can get out of that trap, they're going to give up some layups. But Norwell is willing to take chances on that and speed up offenses as much as they can. Todd tries a 3. That's way long. And Thurman, the board for the Golden Eagles, then lost it out of bounds. So, again, there's certainly some rust to be knocked off as we've kind of hit a choppy fourth quarter here. Miller is back in along with Joy McDivitt for the Golden Eagles. Again, this Oak Hill defense last year only gave up 35 points a game, gave up 63 in the opener to Norwell, which is more than even Northwestern scored on them. Of course, Northwestern was undoubtedly the best team in the state last year on the girls' side. Maya Shelton buries a 3, and she is now tied with Kennedy Filling to lead all scorers tonight. 16 points for both of them. Norwell's been pretty balanced, really, if you look down the score sheet. A couple was 16 in Filling and Shelton. And then 9 points for Todd. Tolliver and Kaylee Filling have 8. Tomaszek 6. Fleece 4, and 2 for Brett Mueller. So pretty impressive night. A lot of kids getting into the scoring column. Halfway through our fourth quarter, 70-24. Tolliver another 3. This one is good. Tolliver's into double figures with 11. 73-24 Knights. Miller lost the handle. It's out of bounds. 3:16 left. While putting the finishing touches here on a 1-0 start. Oh, Brett Miller, that's an offensive foul. That was totally inadvertent by Miller, but nonetheless made contact. That's number 4 on Miller. Something else that we actually might be able to hear throughout the season with the limited amount of fans is some of the coaching instructions, which I'm kind of excited for. We've been able to see that across some football games and some baseball games for sure over the course of the COVID era. And it can be quite entertaining sometimes.
In football, you've already seen some college programs and NFL programs change up what they do on the sideline. You know, you see in college a lot of signals being signaled in from the sideline. You just see it being done differently this year.
How about Mackenzie Fleece? 7 points for the freshman tonight, 76-24. You're right, Colin, as McDivitt can't get it to go. There's a lot of colleges that just have to change it up. You know, even at that Indiana-Penn State game a couple weeks ago that I had the call for, it was a game where you could hear everything that the coaches were saying basically the entire game, and that was at the top of the Indiana press box. So it just shows you how much of a, I mean, it's almost like a closed scrimmage is what these games are like. It's unlike anything we've seen in regular season games before. Filling, kind of bowling into the lane, but gets fouled by Nikki Alston. Pair of free throws coming for Kaylee.
Oakville matches on number 23, Nikki Alston, her third, team 7. Kaylee Filling at the line for Norwell with 2.
Filling's first free throw is good. Kylie Wilson is into the game for the first time tonight. Annabelle Johnson entered recently. She's on the floor with Fweese, Filling, and Tomasek. And Filling rattles the second one out, but Tomasek on offensive board and gets fouled. So Miller just fouled out of the game right there. That's not something I expected to be saying tonight. Nikki Alston will replace Miller. Is on track to become Norwell's highest scoring game in a couple of years. Tomasek is no good. Norwell's high last year was 79. And that was against Jay County. 82 the year before. Both those are very much in play here with 2:01 left. But Tomasek misses both. Kylie Wilson getting the O board and had it blocked. So Norwell had some opportunities there to get over the 80-point mark, but unable to do so. Bump on the way to the lane. That's called on Filling. Kaylee's going to foul out of the game as well. So we've actually had 2 players foul out tonight in a game where there haven't been all that many fouls. It will put Nikki Alston at the line for the 1-and-1. Emily Todd back in for Norwell. Front end is missed. Kylie Wilson, a nice strong rebound in there. Johnson had the ball stripped away as wasn't able to corral it as she was making a penetration move. 90 seconds to go. And there's a good cut, but a missed opportunity by Nikki Alston. Fleeced the board for Norwell. McKenzie, a 15-footer. So Fleece has 27 points tonight between the JV and the varsity contest. 18 in the JV game, 9 in tonight's varsity game. Just over 300 people in attendance tonight, 81-24 Norwell. And a game that has not been close from the outset. Joy McDivitt has it for the Lady Eagles, a 3-try. Actually, it might have been a long 2 by Kluvine. Emily Todd, after the miss, has the rebound. 40 seconds to go. Wilson almost travels, and now she does. Trinity Thurman comes back in for Oak Hill. We've likely seen the last of Kluvine tonight. Last couple possessions of the game. Norwell again just not really having all that much trouble tonight. Did not face a lot of resistance from this Oak Hill team. And will face their first true test on Saturday night. Now, this will extend Norwell's winning streak at home. Norwell also won 10 straight last year before the loss to Benton Central in the regional championship. Trinity Thurman knocks down a 3. 81-27 with 15 seconds to go. Norwell will likely dribble this thing out. Although, Oak Hill's still trying to apply some defense here. So Tomasek takes a shot. That probably wasn't necessary. And that will expire the clock. So Norwell wins the season opener 81-27 in a very odd and empty Castle. And, you know, it's an unfortunate sight to see, but as unfortunate as it might be, we're going to be dealing with it this year. And so what we'll do is we'll take a break and return with the final tally and hear from Coach Thornton after these words from our sponsors.
is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play. Serving Bluffton and all of Wells County, Bluffton Rentco offers the biggest, cleanest, and most reliable selection of equipment around. They offer small and large equipment like lifts and skid loaders, to lawn and landscaping tools, along with home improvement and construction rental equipment. Bluffton Rentco can handle all of your rental needs, including party rentals. Visit BlufftonRentco.com to view their large selection of rental items, located at 975 North Main Street in Bluffton. Serving Ossian since 1938, Ossian Hardware is your best choice for hardware, paint, lawn and garden rental, and so much more. Stop in today for all of your project needs and be rewarded for making your purchases at Ossian Hardware with their Best Rewards program. Stop in for more information. Knowledgeable, friendly service is what you'll get at Ossian Hardware. Stay connected at OssianHardware.com or on Facebook.
We're here at Craigville Appliance. We just wanted to say to all the fall athletes, good luck on this season. Be safe, be strong, compete to the highest level. Always practice good sportsmanship. If moms and dads, I know it's time, washer and dryer season, we'll take care of you here at Craigville Appliance. We can deliver it, install it, no big deal here at Craigville Appliance. Good luck, have a great season, compete to the highest level.
Hello, this is Tim Steffen Financial Group. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving forward. We must balance staying safe and moving forward towards our needs and goals. We are here to help you with your future planning. Steffen Financial Group, located at 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana, would like to help you with your retirement, Roth IRAs, investments, and savings plans. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Rhonda Vandentop, 260-824-8175. And at that same location is Tim Steffen Insurance. We like to help folks with their personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Corporate headquarters in OSJ 9000 Keystone Crossing, 7th floor, Indianapolis, Indiana 4667240. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer and is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Steffen Financial Group is independent of Thurston Springer.
Farms, an online meat market, has a heart for people and a focus to provide a variety of locally raised, 100% grass-fed or grain-fed beef, pork, and poultry. Their shopping experience is easy. Simply visit HoosierCreekFarmsLLC.com, fill up your cart with high-quality, locally raised meats, and choose to have it delivered in an insulated box right to your front door. Or you can pick it up in Bluffton or Huntington. You can find recipes and cooking tips by following them on Facebook and Instagram. Begin cooking with confidence. Hoosier Creek Farms, high quality, locally raised meats. HoosierCreekFarmsLLC.com.
As with any home improvement project, there are multiple decisions to be made that can sometimes seem daunting. Recently, Scott and I were ready for a kitchen makeover and contacted Dave Brenneman with Double D Home Improvement. By far, the easiest decision we made. We have worked with Dave with multiple projects over the years, but this was by far the biggest. Dave worked with us, not for us, and made the project better than I could have imagined. He gave me my dream kitchen. He helped with all of the decision-making process and offered suggestions we hadn't even thought of. If you are thinking about a home improvement project, call Dave Brenneman at Double D Home Improvement, 824-8593. That's 824-8593.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. IPT has been a trusted part of your community for over 32 years. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
And welcome back to the Castle, capping things off on an 81-27 Norwell season opening victory. And Colin, it was all Norwell from the get-go.
I don't really even know what to say too much tonight. Norwell didn't have any trouble getting the scoring going. They didn't have any trouble stopping Oak Hill from scoring from the beginning. I'd love to know how many turnovers Oak Hill had. We don't have access to those instant stats. But
it's my fault.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Derek. But for the most part, Coach Thornton has to be pretty happy with what he saw tonight. There's always things to clean up. A coach is never 100% satisfied.
Right.
But, for the most part, you have nothing to complain about. I thought Kennedy Folling, as a freshman, looked very, very good in her first high school start. Her sister did what she does so well, and you just don't have too much to complain about tonight if you are a Norwell Lady Knight fan.
I thought so too as well. I thought the most impressive player of the night was Kennedy Folling. Norwell is about to get Lauren Bales back, but really great to see Maya Shelton playing through some injuries tonight. And obviously, we didn't know if she was going to be available. We didn't think she was going to be available, but tonight cleared things with officials and got everything done, and good to see her on the floor.
I thought Grace Bratmuller, I thought she played really well tonight. She's not a name that probably jumps out in the stats too much today, but I thought she did some productive things. She was a force in the middle, got some big offensive rebounds, some good putbacks. Right. There's not a lot of size on this Norwell team, and there's just not a lot of size, and seeing her do that is a very good sign for Norwell.
Yeah, I think you're right, Colin. There's a lot of strong things to build for Norwell, and we certainly know about that. But for Oak Hill, the Eagles, under new leadership and everything, so there's a lot of different things to talk about for them. Oak Hill had some moments. They actually didn't shoot it poorly from deep. They had a couple of players, and Nikki Alston was their biggest three-point shooting threat tonight, and they'll get better with their health, and obviously getting Gillespie and Hornacher is the first step to that. But this Oak Hill team had moments tonight, and you could kind of see the development and process taking place. It's going to take some time with Coach Bolzer, but they're going to move in the right direction, and there's nothing but good things to learn when you play a quality team on the road like Norwell.
And their main takeaway has to be they got to clean it up a little bit. I know Norwell plays a very in-your-face, aggressive defense.
Very.
But you got to think having Hornacher and Gillespie will help with that in the future going forward, and playing teams that aren't ranked 5th in the country in a higher class, or 5th in the state, not the country, but in a higher class. And, like I said, they may not have shown it on the scoreboard tonight, but for a lot of players who haven't played much varsity basketball, coming to Norwell is a tall task, and that is some good, valuable experience for them.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and like I said, there's a lot of good things to take away for this Oak Hill team. But for Norwell, we talked about it. Norwell will take on the Warsaw Lady Tigers here at the Castle on Saturday night. Be sure to join us then. Obviously, normally I would encourage you to come to the Castle and support Norwell, but unfortunately that is not a reality for most people tonight or this coming season. As with the pandemic, like I said, I talked to Kelby Wabe right before the game, and hopefully, throughout the course of the season, they're reevaluating things often in hopes that we'll be able to allow more fans here at the Castle. But while that can't happen, we are so happy that you have chosen to call Wells County Voice your home. We've been around for over 10 years now. Our owners, Scott and Dale Menser, have done an incredible job boosting me with all the equipment necessary. I've gotten great volunteer help. This is a volunteer job, by the way. Great volunteer help from tonight, Colin Schwartz, Christian Bohetta throughout football season. We'll be hearing some from a number of different voices in the Norwell community really all season long. So that's all she wrote here tonight. Norwell wins the season opener 81-27, taking it over Oak Hill very easily. And we'll be back live on the air Friday night from Zollner as Norwell takes on Concordia in the sectional championship there in football, and then back here at the Castle on Saturday night as the Norwell Lady Knights take on the Warsaw Lady Tigers. So that'll wrap things up. On behalf of my partner Colin Schwartz, owner Scott and Dale Menser, this is Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast on the Voice Enterprises. Remember, none of this would be possible without the support of our sponsors. Please take time to tell them thank you and to use their services whenever possible. Join us again next time on WellsCountyVoice.com.